something for the votes. Yeah. And from the DAB and with Priscilla Leung from the pro-government side, it's also 50,000, something like that. Yeah. Okay. And so if Raymond want to win this election, he has to grab the votes from Frederick Fung Kim Kay, and To Kan Sam, and so it really come into the main point that will the moderate pro-democrats citizens come out to vote for Raymond, because maybe he will lose some votes from the conservative like education field, and from some conservative Christian, and from some conservative parents, and from some lukewarm Hong Kong people, as always do, right? So if the pro Beijing or the pro government side can mobilize all the votes, 100% comes out, then if the Hong Kong people keep their lukewarm attitude till the end of the referendum stuff, mathematically Raymond has the chance to lose in this election.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, another bit of news to do with the election that's happened this week is the goings on in Victoria Park. Every Sunday, our international listeners won't know, but every Sunday there is what's called a city forum, isn't it? Which is a meeting. It's always to do with local politics. And it's televised on RTHK. It happens every Sunday morning, isn't it? In Chinese, so I don't know what it says, but it's been interesting in the past few weeks actually. And Jonathan, who's here, was there actually in the last one. Just tell us a bit about what's been going on there, and give us your sort of eyewitness account.
Well, this is a very old TV show. It's appeared in early 80s. Well, have a very long history. They want to model it on the Hyde Park in North London. And during the early 90s, when the Chris Patten came to Hong Kong, at the time the Sinhua agency decided to mobilize some elderly old supporters, go to that show, and then when the pro-democratic camp partisans speak out, they jeering them. They're yelling at them, and it's going on for a very long time.
That's right.
They call it someone like let's say they are Victoria Park grumpy old man.
Right.
Not only who too young.
And always the word traditionally pro-Beijing supporters, weren't they?
Yes.
And so what's happened recently in the past few weeks or months?
Well, after the LSD victory, and on occasion Raymond Wong go to that video that TV show as a guest, and Raymond decided to mobilize some of his supporters to went there too and showing support, and they are out shouting the Victoria Park elderly. And recently after the high-speed rail controversy, and more young people going to that program, and then they just turn it into a platform for promoting the referendum, and then the media getting a new nickname to them, to say the Victoria Park Boy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it interesting to see that actually that happen actually? And because I mean that forum is actually, it gives a platform, doesn't it?
Yes.
A political platform,
yes.
And there is some power, and it does in some ways. It can set the agenda a bit, and amongst the sort of local politics and so on. And I can imagine those angry old men, the pro-Beijing, they're obviously not happy that. These young activists have going along there and expressing their opinion.
They went in there and liberated the show actually.
Yeah. And there's been a particular guy. His name is Edward Yam. Is that right?
Yes.
He's got a nickname. Am I correct? He's got a Chinese nickname. Is this right?
It's called Grassmud Ma.
Grassmud. Now, how did he get that nickname?
Grassmud Ma is probably foul language in Mandarin. Yeah.
And turn it upside and turn it backwards.
Turn it backwards. So I don't say the F words, but I say like Chao Li Ma. In
right.
Mandarin is F your mother, right?
Okay.
And then the grass mud is ma chao ni, is your mother F you.
Yeah.
So
He tried to do
he's
it
trying
in
to
a
just
reverse way.
reverse
Reverse
it
way.
Okay.
That is
So did he give
mother
himself?
F you.
Did he give himself that nickname?
No, he said that those people were bad, like your mother will F you.
All right.
Yeah.
So the name, that's
right.
how it's come from.
I'm with you. Okay. Well, I'd say to any of our listeners who haven't seen the footage, actually, it's some pretty interesting footage of this particular guy standing up and letting loose with some pretty good language, actually. It's on YouTube, isn't it? And what would they have to type in to have a look at that? His footage of this guy, this young guy doing.
You have to type in Chinese.
In Chinese, is it?
In Chinese, you type the word horse and grass and mud.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe just in English you put sort of City Forum Hong Kong or something.
Maybe I
try
to maybe we can try to
they
upload.
They get their own web radio too, and aj.hk.
Yeah.
You type on Google, you can find it.
Yeah, and it's one thing watching it on TV, or I've seen the footage on YouTube. But what was it like, Jonathan? Actually, the atmosphere down there, and because I know also the City Forum officials have erected. They put some fencing now to separate the speakers from the audience. So it must be getting a bit rowdy down there. Is that right? Or a bit tense, or
yes, a bit tense, but they have no intent to do any physical harm to the guests.
Do you think that was an overreaction by the?
Oh, certainly.
It was unnecessary to put the fence up.
The Democrat politician was under verbal attack by the Victorian Park old people for a very long time, and there's nothing to be done. And now the Victoria Park boys coming in, and the pro-Beijing politician is feeling the heat, and they start talking about boycotting us all altogether.
Right, yeah, that's right. Some of the lawmakers are now getting in a huff, aren't they? I don't know if you know that English word, but they're getting in a huff and refusing to go on the show, aren't they?
Yes.
And because and also it's interesting that Emily Lau, who was on the show, I think last Sunday, you said that she's obviously getting a bit old, or she was kind of saying that these young people were getting a bit too rowdy or something.
Yes.
Yeah, because I saw the footage. I thought it was pretty good of these young people being able to express their opinion actually, and doing it in a more stronger way.
This is very ironic.
Yeah.
She used to be a most radical politician in the Democrat camp.
Yeah.
But like for example, like Emily Lau, after she joined the Democratic Party, and then suddenly she